Welcome back to another episode of Flex and Facts. Today, we got a great podcast. First of all, we're going to introduce our guest before we introduce everybody, because Joe, I need you to calm down for a second. Our good friend of our show, she's been on actually one of our other shows, Natasha. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Spiritual yoga teacher. I'll get you to boast about your resume after. Gino Melito, everybody knows Gino. Okay, Joe Sabusco. We're gonna get right into this. Okay, Natasha, sorry about this. We'll get to you in a second, but we had a few comments on our podcast. So if you do want to comment on any one of our podcasts, comment down below. Joe, you got called out.
Yeah, I got called a buffoon.
What?
With no history.
What do you mean? I don't know. Like who would call you that? Like, what's wrong with people?
Well, you know.
I mean,
I heard he's a video game creator.
Creator
Tells you everything.
Anyways, you know they always say a lion never worries about a sheep's opinion.
Fuck.
But
Anyways, Lucas, if you want to know my history, I'll let you know what my history is. You'll never know, buddy. Never. Just keep creating your fucking games there in your basement.
Joe, you got to be nice now.
I am nice.
Okay.
Just don't call me a buffoon, you fucking little troll.
Natasha, you sure you want to be on this podcast?
And you know what? I'll give you maybe 10 free lessons in yoga. Just to put you back into society, you know. Make you understand how it is.
I love
Buffoon.
it. This is why you're allowed to comment, but
Buffoon.
before we get our started with our podcast.
Does he even know how to spell buffoon, this guy? Lucas. You know how to spell buffoon?
No, they don't know.
So before we get started with our podcast, remember, this is a podcast. We're going to recap on what we bring on the podcast,
Nothing.
right?
We
do.
bring,
So
you know what we bring here? I'll tell you what we bring here.
So hold on a sec. So
Opinions.
Gino brings a lot of experience in business. He's been
Opinions.
through all
Life
the
lessons.
Yes, life
Opinions.
lessons.
Yes.
I bring my positivity. And you know what? Whether people like it or not, Joe tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
It's an opinion. It's an opinion.
But you know what? Like at 99% of the time, it's actually what people want to say, but
Guys,
they just don't say it.
I'm going to explain to you guys again. It's an opinion.
An opinion, okay.
All right? I'm not here to school anybody, to educate anybody. It's an opinion.
Yeah, and you're entitled to that.
If this plant to me is green, it could be green. If it's blue, it's blue.
All right.
It's an opinion.
Fair enough.
But
So
you're going to be a troll about it?
yeah, I mean, well,
You know, because you're hiding in your fucking mother and father's basement, building video games that, you know.
okay, so
I don't know where he's living, but I know where I'm living.
don't worry about it, Joe.
I'm not worried.
We're gonna get right to our guest,
I love
Natasha.
it. Lucas, thank you. I love the comment. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it. And, you know, maybe later on, as we progress the podcast, you'll get to know who this buffoon is. I'll give you some history of me.
And now, speaking about that, let's talk about your history. What inspired you to be a yoga teacher? You know, what influences that you have on people being a yoga teacher? I mean, tell us, what inspired you? Like, why'd you get into yoga? First of all, I've known you as a model, like, because you're a supermodel. And, I mean, can we maybe we can show some pictures. You can email our great media.
Oh yeah, that's a good
company
idea.
to
show some pictures.
yeah, because you know what, you're
a model.
You're a model, and that's really how I met you. Like, you know, this girl's a model.
You used to date models, Tony? I
No,
didn't know.
but
You
she.
know that.
Anyways, I'm going to leave it to Natasha.
We weren't dating.
Natasha, tell us about what inspired you to be a yoga teacher. Just give us a little bit of a background on, you know, how you became where you are. You know.
Perfect. So we're starting with that part.
Yes.
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 So,
Yes, we are.
well, that was a lot of questions. I'm like, which one do I start
Can you
with?
mimic that accent? Wow.
Olivia. That's Olivia Newton-John.
Go
Olivia
for it.
Newton-John.
Go.
So I started yoga about 12 years ago. I needed it in my life. I was a dance teacher my whole life, so I had a studio for 30 years. And then I started yoga.
You're a good dancer, by the way. He's a very
Really?
good dancer, yes.
Really?
Yes.
And you're a good
Okay.
You're
singer.
going to have
singer.
to show
Very
me after.
I can't.
Oh, we
I
can
can't.
show.
I
Wow.
can't dance.
Come on, Joe. Okay.
Can I finish?
Go for
Sorry,
it.
go ahead.
Do you dance?
Tries to.
Really? Okay.
I don't. But go ahead.
It's
I'm
true.
actually a great dancer.
Really?
I am.
I think that's what Tony meant
I-
to say. Because
Yeah.
I don't dance. I
You
have
saw
two
me
left
dance,
feet.
Tony.
We can
That's
dance.
true.
I
You
all
are-
sweep your wife off the feet all the time.
Yes,
I don't know
you
what
are.
you're talking
You
about.
are a great dancer. Sorry,
Well.
Natasha. Go for it.
So I started
be a
yoga,
buffoon,
needed it in my life. And it really did a lot of good to me. And as I got deeper into the practice, I realized that more people needed this in their life. I would finish a class, turn around to my friend on the next mat and be like, I can't believe so many people aren't letting themselves live this. So I decided to do my training and thought it would just be maybe for me. And then decided to go further, started teaching small groups, and then actually opened my yoga studio in Gatineau.
Yoga Vibe.
Yoga Tribe.
Or Yoga Tribe. Yoga Tribe.
Yeah. And that was just before COVID. And I've been teaching every day, making people feel better on so many aspects. So the physical side, the emotional side, the spiritual side, all of that. And that's pretty much why I started.
But something must have triggered you off to start yoga. I mean, I know you well enough. You can tell us, what is it?
Well, my sons were getting older, and it was
Yeah.
a time for me to start thinking back about me and not being like constantly doing everything for my family. And I just got to a point where I was tired. I was like, I've got to find me again. Where have I been all this time? And I went to actually before I went to this class, I went to a class a few years before that, and I thought I needed like power yoga. So power yoga is really hard. It's a real workout. Like you get exhausted, you get like buffed, you get everything. It's a workout and it's really hard. So I tried that and got like wanting more and more of that. I did like 9 hours a week. I even started like training and doing like CrossFit and all of that. And then I was like, what am I doing? It's not what I'm needing. I was searching. And then I realized I needed something on every level, just not exhausting myself. I needed a bit of everything, a balance.
Right.
So I went to that yoga class and it just brought a peace to me. I got out, I got into my car and I'm like, oh my God, I've needed this so much. And when I got that, and then wanted to share that.
And you did share that. Like Gino and I attended your class.
Yes.
It
was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, the hot yoga.
There
Yeah,
you go.
what did you like about it?
Great. Everything.
Maybe
Just
one thing.
relaxing. You know, you what do you mean?
I can't believe I can't see Gino
Tony,
fucking
why
doing
don't you
yoga.
go?
Guy's shaped like
Everything
a block.
about it was fantastic.
It was.
Okay, I'm not kidding you. Like it was soft. It was just the body movements, the body
It wasn't
parts.
soft.
It was.
You could
It was
you
just.
could do the
It was
movement.
soft. It was
Well,
soft.
you could do the movement. She was coming to correct you all the time.
Shaped
Your
like a-
flexibility was
shaped
terrible.
like a fucking
Such an
block.
asshole.
Your flexibility was terrible. There's nothing wrong
Hey,
with
it
that.
doesn't matter though. That's how you learn, right? You got to start
Yes.
somewhere,
Exactly.
and
And
at least I went there and I started.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Did you continue?
I want to go. No, I want to go back to the statement you made.
Thank you.
You said that you found something that you didn't find. So most of us as adults, we have children who are growing up and they're, we're empty nesters, and now it's going back to us. But I think most people, men and women, have a hard time going back to themselves, finding themselves. Tell us how you did it.
Well, a lot of people are even scared to find their true self again because they've totally lost that person, or they're shy now to get out their comfort zone and re-express themselves as their true self. They become into a machine mode, a zombie mode. They're like, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm this job. They forget who they truly are. They forget how to
I agree
express
with that. I
themselves.
agree
Yeah.
with that.
Right? Or just be...
Ask Gino if he knows who he is.
But my question is, no, I don't know. That's why I'm asking
Yeah.
you. Okay, my question is, how do you find yourself after all this stuff that you've done?
Where's
Me being
Waldo?
in business most of my life, literally.
Waldo?
With a family, children, grandchildren, a wife, and I'm just trying to figure out. It's not about me. It's always about them. And if my wife and kids are listening to this,
you're
they're
in
probably
kids-
saying,
no, but-
what are you talking about?
But it's not-
They
you're-
don't realize that every decision I make is really about them. I take them into consideration. Not that I want them out, but I want it to be back to me. How do I do that?
Yes, well, you got to
Or anyone out there, how do we do that?
You got to find stillness. You've got to let yourself the time.
That's gonna be hard.
To have stillness.
He doesn't get that. His focus is less than 2 seconds.
Can you elaborate on stillness?
Yeah.
actually being still. So if you can't do it by
Like
yourself,
just still,
you
like
could
as in
just be
body?
sitting and do meditation, but that's hard.
Yeah,
so you
forget
don't want to
about
do
it.
that. That's super hard.
That's not you, Gino.
So you can just pretty much go, yes, to a yoga class, or you can just go walk in nature. Say today it'll be 5 minutes. I'm going to go walk in nature. That's going to be my thing. Just walk for 5 minutes and come back. It can be just that, and then go to 10 minutes, then go to 15, or go sit by the water. I know, no phone though. Nothing, no distraction. Breathe.
You know what it really is. I mean,
You said that before.
Yes,
a few
you know what
times.
it really is with people. It's like a habit, right? It takes 3 weeks to break a habit for the general public, right? So if you did something that you wanted to change for 3 weeks, right? Like you
Is
said,
that like 21 days?
yeah, fine. This guy trying to be funny. So you find what you want to change, and you do it. Like that yoga class, you said you loved it. You said all positive stuff about it. Imagine if you would have been consistent for 3 weeks, you probably would have changed your thoughts, which would have led to changing the way you think, which would have led to changing the outcome. And that experience that you had, that you just said on the air, you just said it right now. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
That was one class.
Yeah.
So imagine 3 weeks of that. You would have stored that as an emotion in your mind. That's like, I'm gonna go back because I loved it. I love feeling the way I'm feeling.
But I did feel good about it.
I know,
loved
but you
it,
never went
actually.
back. That's what I'm getting at. Is if you consistently go and do something that makes you feel good, even though the first time might not, or the second, but you consistently do it, it becomes a habit. So a lot of people trick their mind in accepting that it is a good thing, even though it really is. But they, like, let's say you're a hard guy to convince. Exactly. Thank you. You're the perfect guy that has to be consistent on doing something that you like doing. Because I think after consistency with a little bit of sacrifice, you're going to enjoy what you truly want. So you should go back to that yoga class. I just did a huge
Yeah, but hold on a second. What gives you that drive to be consistent? And I can throw it back at you, Tony, because you were also teaching yoga for a while.
That's why I can
but
answer
you
the
also
question.
gave it up.
I didn't give it up. You want to know why I gave it up? You want me to tell you the real story?
Yeah.
And I've talked to a lot of my members about this.
Sure.
They say, why don't you teach yoga? Because I don't want to be that guy that, tries to be
By
good
the
at
way,
it.
you were great at it,
Thank
just so you know.
Thank you.
People really
But I
loved
don't want to
you.
be that guy that tries to do everything. I love yoga. Don't get me wrong. I love yoga. But I was doing martial arts. I was doing this. Now I'm just sticking to one thing. I believe on sticking to one thing and doing it right. Believe me, I've thought of teaching yoga. She used to come to my yoga classes, but again, I can't do that.
Too much diversification, is that why?
Yes. And that's a problem.
But going back to his question, how do you be consistent? Because everything I hear about anything you do, the key word is consistency. It doesn't matter what you do, it's consistency. But very few of us are consistent because maybe there's too much going on. Again, going back to what you said earlier about thinking of you, putting yourself first. You're good at that, Tony. You always put yourself first.
Do you think so?
100%. So can you elaborate on that, Natasha? Honestly, about no, he does it. It's all about Tony, and I'm putting it out there. Everything Tony does is about Tony. It's a fact. Wow. Do you not agree, Joe?
100%.
Thank you.
Natasha,
That's how it is.
Don't ask me. I'm a fucking buffoon. You forgot.
There's nothing wrong with that, Tony. But I would like Natasha to elaborate on that, to make it about you, because I can't be like Tony. I cannot be about me. I try to be more inclusive.
Well, it depends. You're going to have priorities. So you came to one class. If you maybe had come to like 3 or 4, you would have felt that feeling. Because I remember when you guys came out the class, I remember you were like, oh, it was amazing. And I could literally feel that it really did a lot of good.
We did. We loved it.
If you would have let yourself or permitted yourself to have a few more, like one night a week, and tried, after a few times, you would have gotten kind of like in love with that feeling, and then you would have become more consistent. But you can't do something once, and even there's pain, like Tony said. Of course, like if you work out a lot and you train a lot, it's harder to go into the postures. But yes, with time, with consistency, it gets better and better, and then you definitely fall in love with it, and you give yourself that time. You decide that you're worth that feeling to come back into your life more
continuously.
often. Yeah.
Well, you do train as well, Tony. I mean, how do you get people to be consistent on the training? Because you're pretty good at it.
Well, thank you.
So everything's about Tony. You know that.
No,
right?
it's just I think what it is it's about
You're paying fucking $2,500 a month to go there. You're gonna go.
You know what? I think no,
that's a good
it's
point.
you know
How
what it
many
is,
people don't honor their membership? Sorry, Tony. How many people don't honor their memberships at fucking $90 a month?
Well, you got to know. Listen,
Maybe
you got to
that's
know
what
the
it is.
value. But the thing is, if people ask me whether I teach fit, I say, look, first thing I do is I transfer bodies, strengthen minds,
There
and
we go.
uplift spirits, and
You
that's the
started
truth.
it.
Because it all comes down to that, right? Like the fitness is one thing, but it's the value that goes into the consistency and the discipline. How do you get it out of people, right? You got to bring the best out of them. I mean, part of it comes back to my martial arts background because that's what I did every day, right? So, it's in my DNA now. It's just a habit. And it's contagious because who doesn't want to be uplifted, right? Everybody wants to feel good. Who the heck does not want to feel good? So I can honestly say that people that come into my place feel a lot better than people that don't come into my place. And after they leave, they feel a lot better, right? But we're gonna shift gears now. Did you have a question for Natasha?
No, go ahead.
Because
You guys are doing a great job.
I want to talk about and then using
The
Gino.
spiritual
I want
aspect.
to talk about the breathing, the breath work, the importance of the breath work. Let's talk a little bit about that. Because everybody says breathe, breath work. Let's talk about the breath work.
Well, that was something that when I started yoga, I knew definitely nothing about. And the teacher would cue the breath, and I'd be like, how the hell? Can we say that?
Yes.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Well, can you say that? You see any
I'm
filter
like-
with this guy?
It's true. How?
Next to a buffoon.
That's funny. Luca, you're never going to let this.
How the hell
Oh,
can
good.
they
I'm going to
cue
send you a
that?
T-shirt.
How do they know, like, when the inhale is, the exhale is? And throughout my practice, I started learning, did my yoga teacher training, and still felt that I shouldn't cue the breath because I didn't feel comfortable with it. And then after a while, starting more and more to teach, I could feel when everybody took their inhale, and it's a natural thing. So I learned, and I teach it every class, how to inhale, how to exhale, and all of that. But I don't teach breath work as like a breath work practice.
Right.
So that's something that's completely different from teaching yoga.
Yeah.
But that is definitely a beautiful practice to come back and to ground and to go into meditation and to even go and heal things that you have in the body with trauma or anything like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful
Do
thing.
you meditate?
I meditate. I chant kirtan. So chanting.
Chant what?
Kirtan.
What is that?
I can feel Joe.
Give us an example. Seriously, some of
So
our listeners.
it's mantras.
Yeah.
So
I know.
like,
You send me some of the video.
Yeah.
Why don't you do one
No.
right now?
Yeah,
do it.
Come on.
no,
Just one.
No, I don't want to know.
All right. All right.
But what I'm saying is, let's say, when you're religious and you have a chapelet. What's that? A chapelet. Sorry, I'm French.
You can-
In
yeah,
English.
we have French listeners.
Chapelet?
Yeah, a chapelet. A rosary. So
Oh, rosary.
when you do
chapelet.
kirtan, you can hold a mala. So a mala
Yes.
is,
We know the
it looks
mala.
like a rosary. There's 108 beads. And what you do is you hold it and you can hold each
No
bead
mala?
and repeat.
I give you both.
And what are you
That's
repeating?
Maggie.
You repeat like...
Like a mantra?
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And you repeat it. And what it does is it comes and calms down the nervous system. And there's a whole background behind that. And we're not going to get into that today. But for me, I needed this to be able to let myself relax. So yes, I couldn't meditate. I had like wiggly feet and wiggly hands and couldn't at all. But this helps you because you're literally repeating and it brings you to a place of calm and you just repeat, and it lets your nervous system relax, your breath relax, your heart rate relax, and you go into meditation.
So you know what
What are you repeating though over and over again? Is it
Just
calmness?
maybe no,
calmness.
but I'm just saying to put it out there so some of the
Just connecting.
Is it a mantra like
stillness, connection?
I'm
It's like-
good
it's-
or I'm
it's-
good looking or
No, it's
or,
like there's
Yours
a lot.
would be I'm perduto.
Yeah. And but you know what though,
Better.
going back to the breath work, because I don't want to let that go, because I'll tell you what's really important about that. That's why I wanted you to talk about it.
Yeah.
Is that you know how people know breath work is important, right? But you know when you go to like Shoppers Drug Mart, you measure your blood pressure,
Right.
And let's say it's high, like holy geez, what the heck's going on? You start to panic, right? You've been there, okay? So the breath work, it was crazy because the first time I actually witnessed it with an athlete, and you know the guy was saying, take 4 deep breaths, hold it for 4, and then let it out. They say a lot of the snipers do it under stress, so we're like, okay, sounds cool. But what was really interesting is we saw the heart rate on the monitor as soon as the breath was in, down, right? And your heart,
Blood pressure went down.
yeah, and your heart now, your heart, is pumping, so you don't feel it. But imagine it's going like this, right? Because whatever stress, I mean, yours is on overdrive every day, But I'm just saying that breathing is the rhythm to your life, because when that ticker stops, God forbid, right? It's not easy to get back. So that was when I really said, wow, I guess breathing, I mean, we all know it's important, but when you see it on a monitor, that's where it catches your eyes, So seeing is believing. So I think, like they said, that the best thing you could do in the morning is take 10 deep breaths and just like connect with yourself, which kind of starts the rhythm of your engine, your body every day. So, if you do that, again, more practice and consistency, you just learn to like relax.
Do you agree with what he said? You don't have to agree, by the way. You can
Well,
disagree.
what is amazing is to do a whole breathwork workshop, and that's all you do the whole class, and you can live incredible things. It's beautiful. It literally is
So
something
you have
special.
classes that you do.
Yeah, but
breathwork?
at my yoga festival we have
Which I
breathwork.
went, you didn't. I'm bringing Joe this year.
Yes,
Joe
Joe-
love this place.
Joe's coming.
Mushroom Fest, guys.
No,
No.
it's crazy.
Yeah, everybody's
There's
just
nothing
All
inhaling.
interesting
Shroom
people.
Fest was good. You liked it.
Yeah.
They're having inhales and exhales.
No, this is a lot of interesting people and a lot of great souls, but from all different
Walks of life.
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
you
of
should share,
hippies.
you should share some of those experiences. Like even the guy that was, doing your shop. The big strong guy there. I forgot his name. You found it. Yeah.
So there's definitely people, all people, all ages, all levels. You don't even need to know yoga. You don't even need to ever meditate. You can choose the whole weekend you want.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I got to take you there this year.
What is
Let's
it?
go.
Maybe
We'll
that-
all go. All
It's
three
a
of us.
Yes.
sleepover.
Is it?
When is it this year?
It's the 6th, 7th, and 8th of September.
So you sleep over for
And how do
3
we
days.
register? Yes.
You arrive on the Friday. There's a huge pine forest with a lake
It's
in the
gorgeous.
middle.
We went.
You do
We went. I went.
paddleboard yoga.
I
You
didn't
can
go.
do normal yoga. You can do yin yoga like you did with me, which is more relaxed. You can do breath work, which
Chanting.
is amazing. You can do
Where do you guys sleep?
chanting.
So tents.
Most people sleep in tents.
Oh, okay.
But there's also Airbnbs close by,
Oh, okay,
so you can really create your weekend. And you create it. So you can just pretty much. There's ecstatic dance. There's
What do you want to accomplish at the end of this?
You want to accomplish to come to a place where everything's closed down. You let go of social media, you let go of work, you let go of your responsibilities, and you come back to yourself mainly. And you have a good time, and you connect with others, and you go to nature, and you learn things, but you also let go and dance. Oh my God, don't get me started.
there's a whole spiritual component. It's very cool. I
Were
went.
you there for the whole
Lot-
weekend?
lots of
No, not the
socializing?
whole weekend. I was there for one day, and it was amazing. What I witnessed was unbelievable. I loved the
Sound.
yeah, the sound.
That's the
of-
guy you had at your house. Is that the same guy?
No, different guy, but that was Natasha's recommendation. But
He comes to the festival.
come-
He's a DJ.
yeah, I love
That was
this.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I
I-
love it.
yeah.
You gotta see this. Joe's like falling asleep here. We gotta get him going.
Joe,
I'm meditating right now.
Joe,
So when is this festival? We'll bring Lucas with us because he has nothing to do.
This guy's.
Since he's stuck in that basement building video games by himself.
Maybe
he
you should
can-
never
I
mention
think-
Luca. I
I
read the
think
comment,
there was
man.
some
You
anger
ruined it.
maybe there,
This guy's gone.
to let go of anger would be good. So
You're the best,
sound,
Lucas. I'm gonna send you a T-shirt. Don't worry about it.
the 6th, 7th, and 8th of September.
There you go.
But have
Lucas,
you ever?
you're formally invited by me,
Oh no.
and then we'll chat. You and
Oh,
I.
the other
You'll
good
get
thi-
to know my history.
The other good thing they have is when you go into the woods, you forgot this. See, I'm going to push your festival here. You go into the woods. This is what's really neat, and the scenery is just like it's gorgeous. I'm not just.
Is
saying.
there water around?
Yes, it's gorgeous.
There's
but
a
there's a
lake.
cabin, and you eat like there's chefs that prepare food, and it's absolutely amazing.
Sorry, why
Like-
don't you do something like that at Orchard View?
Yeah,
Gino?
it was
Why
amazing.
don't you?
I'll organize it.
Yeah.
Why don't you make her organize you?
Why don't you do it?
Yes, we are.
It
Let's
was
meet up.
amazing.
We've
Let's-
spoken
We've
we've
spoken
talked
about it.
Let's
this.
meet up and talk about it.
Perfect.
Speaking about let's talk about energy.
No,
Then
hold
we'll
on
go
a
back
second. What's the cost of this thing?
So you have all the classes. You choose the classes you want at each block, And you have all the classes, all the workshops, all the like DJ events, the 2.5 meals, the camping, all of the above for $350 for the whole weekend.
$350?
$350.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
pretty
nice.
reasonable.
There's also shops
That's
like you can
very
get good
reasonable.
vibe bracelets that
There's
Natasha
vendors,
does. They're so nice. Honestly, it's actually you feel like
You're the organizer
revived.
of this?
Yeah.
We should put a website up below, guys.
I have an
to,
associate.
Yeah, put
Yeah,
a
we can put a
website
link-
below.
we'll put a
that
link
people
down below for us.
We'll put
Yeah.
a link.
Oh,
And
gee,
now,
I don't-
now's a perfect time you can,
Yeah.
you
Thank
can
you.
plug your
Gino, I don't know
podcast.
why
Your
you
podcast.
didn't, you didn't connect with her
we
and put
can-
it
we
here in
can
the
talk-
backyard.
we can-
Natasha has
do
her own
something.
podcast coming.
Yes. So
You're going to hire a media team to do it for you.
Yes.
Okay.
I got to
So tell us
talk to
about
these guys.
Tell us about the podcast right away.
Look how
Yeah,
interested
so-
those guys look. They're all sleeping.
This-
Fuck.
So yeah, now this is new. We're starting this. I have a friend that came with me. We had a business trip in Cancun and we started talking. She's a life coach and we talked and talked and talked and the conversation just got so amazing after our first day together that we're like, we should talk more often about all this. And the whole week, this is what we did. And then at one point I looked at her and I'm like, we should do a podcast and talk about this.
You're going to have Lucas
she's-
comment.
Yeah.
She's local?
She's from Wakefield. So she's super knowledgeable. She's a life coach. This is what she does. She does
That's what I wanna
couple
do.
retreats. She does
That's my calling.
family retreats.
You're good at it.
She does a lot. So
You're going to invite me to your podcast.
yes,
You sure?
yes. And do you know what it's called?
What?
Out the box.
Out of the box.
Out
Yeah.
of the box. What box? I never
So
see
it's
that box.
all about getting
box.
out of our comfort
Yeah.
zone.
Where
I
is
like
that
it.
box?
I
I
like
want you to
boxes.
bring that box.
Out of
Well-
the box, yes. I
Well,
like
like
it.
the
the
box.
box is where a lot of people are
Yes.
right now, and
Yeah.
we're trying to get them
Lucas,
out.
did you hear that? Out of the box.
You know, so yeah, we
love
want
it.
to help people
See?
get out of there and stop being scared to
Yeah,
like
Lucas,
talk,
don't be scared.
comment.
Get out of the box.
You know, he comments all the time.
I love
so
it. I'm a buffoon, that's why.
Okay, what about energy? Let's talk
Energy.
about energy.
oh my, this
Okay?
is a big
It's
topic.
like the recycling energy, even among ourselves in this room here. Explain how the energy works, even going into a room, because people feel the negativity, they feel the positivity. So explain the recycling of energy.
Well, that's a big topic. Well, yeah, we were talking about that earlier, right? So how somebody can come in,
Listen to this.
how somebody can come in and completely make us feel depleted, and that's
Yes.
what you said.
How can
And
one person do that to you? Are you guys joking right now?
in
Yes,
a
people-
You've got
second,
20 people in a room. You got one guy
In a
who's
second,
totally down and
yes.
out, and he
Let me-
brings everybody
let me
down.
ask-
And
let
I've
me-
seen it happen.
Let me
but
ask you a
how
question.
does that happen?
Well, I'll tell you how it happens. Let me ask you a question. Have you never been in a place where all of a sudden you could have been a meeting, could have been, just a gathering, and then somebody walks in and right away you just feel like, but you don't say it, but you feel it. Has that happened to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Has that happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened to me too. It happens to everybody. That's.
But what causes that when you've got 20 people who are so energized and you got one person who's totally negative, brings the whole group down? How can one person accomplish that?
well, first of
Don't
all,
you
it's
think
not
it's-
everybody that feels it so much. Some people are more like receptive to energy than others. Some people are able to manage to block out other people's energies, and that's
Yeah.
techniques that you
That
can
takes a
learn.
skill set, for sure.
You can definitely learn these ways to like block out these people, but if you do not know the techniques and if you're receptive like me, in a second I can feel somebody.
You feel it, eh?
Oh my God! I mean, it's too much. But
So what do you do? What do you do about it then?
I've tried many things, but I have found ways to come back to me and come back to what's important to me and come back to how I'm feeling and not let myself feel other people. But sometimes, like in meditation circles, you can feel the people from a mile away. Like I can be sitting
Yes.
across from someone and I have to come back. And that's not mine. I'm not sharing the
Put
energy.
your hand underneath here for a second.
How,
The
how
other
do
way.
you reject that,
See
though?
this?
Yes.
You can feel the energy. If we put our hands
Oh, let's be-
together like this and
There we
not
go.
touch, you can feel that. So one time, you know what we did? We gathered together and made this big energy circle. Joe, hang in with us
Joe.
here. And
Guys, let's
listen
come
to
over.
this.
Let's do
Listen
this.
to
I'm feeling
No,
this.
no,
I'm
listen.
feeling this.
No, but listen, we actually picked up a guy that was over 360 pounds with two fingers, just combined all our energies together. I actually will show you on another one of our podcasts. Maybe someone can honestly come in.
What do you mean?
who's
You lifted a guy?
We lifted up a guy with two
Here we
fingers
go.
underneath, and I'm telling you, and the person felt it. We're like, wow, because we combined all our energy together.
Is it like
We're focused.
Zodiac era, whatever it's called?
No, it's not.
not
This
the
is
same.
feeling. This is energy, man. That our body gives out.
Yeah,
Chakras,
but go
chakras.
back to what you were saying. So you've got someone who walks in a room who's totally negative. How do you reject that negativity when he's going to bring
You've got to
everybody down?
keep
How do you
coming
do
back
that?
and repeating to yourself, this is not my energy. I am not like sharing what he's living. I don't need to take his
Okay.
energy onto me.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm like feeling my own energy. You've got to keep repeating it to yourself and coming back to you. But
Like
that's
a crazy
that's
person. You
hard.
keep talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Convinced that, you know what, that guy's no
Exactly.
good.
But
No,
like-
ribazzo, come on.
Yeah. No, but it's funny because that happens to me too. Like, you're with somebody where you're totally energized. We could be sitting at a restaurant having
Yeah,
a
of
nice
course.
lunch or dinner or breakfast. Like we usually all of a sudden you get somebody walking in, it's like, fuck, what just happened here?
Yeah.
That's usually me, right? When I walk in.
Take it down. No. Actually, you're totally energy. You're total energy. But it's true that happens not all the time, but it happens
Yeah.
a lot of times. How do you reject that? How do you not
Well, how do
accept
you
that?
reject
Well,
Gino.
you can also
I know what I
stop
do.
seeing that person.
Well, what do you do?
I think this person is toxic for me. I need to stay away from him.
Voila. Well, that's
So
a
you
good
need.
one.
That's what most people do.
I either leave or I just don't comment or avoid them at every
See,
cost.
I'm the opposite.
Because usually what comes out of the person's mouth is negative anyway.
Yeah, but I'm
So
I'm the
I'll either
opposite of
leave
that.
because
What-
I don't
what
want
do
to
you
be
do?
part of it.
I engage.
You engage.
Yeah,
Well-
like
Why?
Lucas, I engage. I engage.
So you like that? You like,
Yeah, I love it. Fuck there's no evil that can.
That's good. That's
There's
good.
no
There
evil
is,
that
of
can-
So
course.
see,
my
he's got a
energy.
really good shield. He doesn't
Yeah,
care.
I don't
It's
give a
like Lucas
shit.
didn't affect him.
No, zero.
Zero.
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Other people might get offended
Yeah,
or get hurt or feel
offended or-
depleted.
yeah.
And that was interesting when
Yeah.
you said depleted because it literally makes you feel tired, like
Yes.
you're a zombie. You know?
Yeah.
I think that happens to you a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
People affect you that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially because you're such high energy person.
Yes, and I don't believe in negative energy at all. Even negative.
Yeah, but
negative
learn
talk.
to engage with
But
it.
Tony, it happens. It's
I
not
know
like
it does,
doesn't
but
happen.
you know what? One
Right?
of the greatest gifts we have is the freedom to make whatever choice you want to make. I choose to not be around it.
You did your education, no? You went into physics or whatever it's
Oh
called.
yeah, I choose not to be
Two
around it. 'cause-
negatives make what?
No, two negatives don't make a right. But
Two
you know,
negatives make what?
two negatives don't make a right.
Makes positive. Two negatives make a positive.
Two negatives make a positive.
Electrical
Well,
wise.
maybe not in energy.
Yeah, I know about energy.
No?
Is it in energy?
Two negatives doesn't make a positive?
Oh, we're into, like, physics.
in electricity?
You mean scientifically?
Yeah.
I suppose.
What's the saying?
But we're talking about
Two
we're
negatives
talking
make
about
a
human.
positive.
We're talking
I-
about human energy here.
Yeah. You know what?
I suppose if you
Well,
really
this guy can lift 350 pounds with two fingers. What does that tell you?
no, combined with all of us. So what we would do is
I ain't lifting nobody, fuck.
But energy fields. Is that we all have
Right,
energy
right,
fields,
right, and I get it.
and it's all recycled energy because we want to feed off each other. So you
want to
get
keep that image going.
you want
The buffoon image.
But like everything, even you were saying you love the sound healing.
Yes.
Sound healing is
Yes,
energy.
I agree. I agree.
So that's
well, hold on, whoa, let me get this straight. So vis-a-vis sound, I can get better.
Yes.
he pulled that
Physically?
one out.
Yes.
Would you care to elaborate on that? Because I definitely want to know how to feel and get better just by sound.
Well,
And so does
first
everybody
of
else
all,
out there.
You have to come to my festival, please.
Yes.
Because
You gotta
you're
go.
gonna,
Yeah.
Can we
you're
do
gonna
it?
understand.
I was
this.
there. But I know you'll go. You say you go, but you're always on the fence.
You're coming.
Because you
When is
say
it?
yes to
When
everything,
is
but
it?
then
6,
you don't
7,
forget
8.
what date it is.
So
Of September?
yes, I was saying that I chant kirtan, and that's
Aren't you in Italy
because
that week?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I got a golf tournament I got to take care of.
Oh, you see? So you're not available that weekend.
Yeah, I'm available.
When's the
No,
when
the golf tournament is the 19th.
Yes.
We're good.
you're fine.
Yeah.
So sound is a healing modality and a way to uplift your energy. So this is like it can be crystal bowls, it can be with voice, it can be with chanting.
bell.
Yeah, the person that's
like
leading,
the guy with that.
Yeah,
Bing.
but it's amazing, and yeah.
So hold on a second. This is like the yoga thing where they're making these noises and all of a sudden there's a bell that rings in the middle of it.
Ding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you're like, when you feel it,
You feel it. It's amazing.
So it's a healing
It's
process.
going to take.
Yes.
It's going to take a long time for you, Gino. But it's going to take a long time for you. I'm just being honest.
I just
right?
wanted
It's
to
a
live
healing
it. I want
process.
everybody to
Sound,
live it.
Hold on. So sound is a healing process.
Yes. Yeah, because
And
think about it.
voice, your voice is a way to heal yourself.
And it's
This
very
is why we
uplifting.
chant mantras. Anyway,
Yes.
but
Very
you can
uplifting.
heal
No, it's this
yourself.
is beautiful.
with
We can
voice.
talk about
You
this.
should.
We're teaching.
You should go into a chanting session. I would love to see you go to one of her sessions
You're
because
all
I've
coming.
seen them. I wouldn't go. I'm just being honest.
Why would you not go?
I not that I don't agree with them. I just haven't. I still haven't. Like,
You can sit
processed
and you
it to
don't
go.
have to chant. You can sit through it.
Because you feel a little bit weird?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
You
that's
feel like a
kinda-
buffoon?
No, more like a hippie.
No, but it's cool. I get the idea. But you, Natasha, you want to talk about women? Interesting. We thought women that have lost themselves. You said.
Yes. Well, that's,
Elaborate on that.
that's
Women
all-
that-
Maybe
feminism.
men as well, no?
Oh yeah, men as well.
Hey,
Yeah.
tell us about
So-
that.
Feminism.
I'm one of those guys. I don't know what
No,
you're talking
no.
about.
Women that
It's-
lost themselves, it's called feminism.
Oh.
Here's another hit. Hey, Lucas, maybe your sister's going to comment on this one.
Tell us about
Sister.
that, Natasha.
So yes, men and women. This is why I create the festival, because it takes a few days for people to literally let go of everything and come back to themselves. But what's funny, and not funny, actually, what's sad, is that people during the summer get so busy with the vacation, the kids home from school and all of that. And this week, so many people are coming back to my studio. And as they walk in, they're like, oh, and I'm like, it's been so long. And they're like, yeah, I haven't taken time for myself like since 2 months. And they come in and do their practice. And as they leave, they got like their eyes like full of tears. And they're like, thank you. And I'm like, what happened? They're like, you have no idea how I just feel like going to tell all my friends to take time for themselves, because you think the summer is a vacation, but you forget all your practices. A lot of people forget to go and train. A lot of people stop their membership at yoga. And when they come back, it's completely like mind-blowing to them to literally come back to themselves, their practice and what they need. So yeah, I find a lot of people lose themselves, not just who they are, but lose their practices and what feels good to them,
Why do you think that is, though?
because they're too busy caring and giving and working and social mediaing and phoning and
But hold on a second.
Netflixing.
Caring, is that a bad thing?
No, caring is good, but we do a lot, like as parents, as you said.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's a beautiful thing, yes, but can you care about yourself too? Don't you feel that
Well,
you
if you care
deserve
about
it?
yourself,
But I think
you'll
there's a
care
guilt-
about others more.
There's
That's
a
what
guilt.
I
I
like
mean,
that.
I mean, Tony doesn't feel guilty because it's about himself, but
No.
there's a guilt for somebody like me and Joel because we always want to help others.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't help yourself.
And I'm not saying that
You
you're
can't help
wrong,
yourself.
by the
No,
way,
but you
by
can't help
that
yourself.
comment, eh?
You can't help yourself. Example is, staying healthy. You can't you can't go to the gym consistently. You have one good day, then you don't show up. You
I hope you're not talking about me.
Well, you don't prioritize it.
I'm with you 3 to 5 days
Yeah, but
a
you
week.
don't prioritize it because you just don't. People do not prioritize health. It's an easy appointment. They can say, I don't have to go, which should be their top priority. Not because I'm in the business, but that's a fact. Because when people,
No, health should be a top priority.
well, no,
I agree with you.
but it is like that's the thing. Like people won't cancel a meeting, but they'll cancel their fitness thing. Well, how can you cancel your fitness thing if you don't have enough energy to go to that fucking meeting? Like you should take care of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
that's
out of
I
all
think we're all in
fairness,
agreement
Tony,
with this.
Gino's very active, eh?
no, but he's
Very
not
active.
consistent. Is my point.
He's
And when-
active every day.
He's active every day, but he's active
Every
every
day
day
he's
with
doing something.
obstacles that hinder his positive growth because
Yeah,
he's distracted.
okay, but it doesn't matter. He's
I'm
very
saying,
active.
I'm saying taking the moment to go to yoga class. Say, I don't care. This is my time.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that. This is forget it. No emails, no phone. This is my time to get better.
It's hard, though. It's hard.
It's not hard because if someone was on their deathbed and the doctor said, you better get there for the next week and get rid of everything you have on your plate, then people will do it. And it's sad because that's what sometimes drives people to get to that place. And again, there's not a plug saying, oh, this guy's in the fitness industry. I believe that.
No, I
People
get
have had
it.
a headache and I went to work out, my headache's gone.
Right.
But Tony, hold on a sec. Being active doesn't not necessarily mean that you got to work out 5-6 days a week. I understand in your case,
Yeah.
because that's the business you're in.
Being
You're there every day training,
No, I'll tell you what
working
being
with
active is.
top-notch
I'll
athletes.
tell you what being active is.
Okay, tell me. I wanna
Being
know.
active is not cutting your grass and stuff like that. Not that that's not being active. Being active is taking a moment of 45 to an hour, even 30 minutes a day, where you're walking, you're focusing on you, not cutting the grass, not because that's not active, or cutting grass or doing something physical. That's great. That's a great exercise. But I'm saying doing something for you. I am walking because I want my mental health to get better. I am swimming because I want my endurance and me to get better. I'm going to lift weights because I want to be stronger in life for me to get better. I'm going to yoga class so I can clear my mind. That's what I'm talking about, is an appointment for health. For you. So those appointments will add up. Yeah, cutting the grass, shoveling snow. That's all active exercise. Moving stones, whatever the heck you do during the day. I don't even know what you do.
Yeah.
Okay, but if that's exercise. But you're still distracted, and you know that that's almost like a chore of exercise. Whereas the other one is a feel-good thing. It's me. I'm doing this for me. I'm releasing dopamine in my brain. I come out of that yoga class. I was so great. Like you said, I come out of that fit. I felt good. I need this more. I went for a walk. Oh my God, I cleared my mind. I feel so great. That's what connection is. Connecting to you. That's a hard time. That's something you have a hard time doing.
And what I want to say is, we were talking about caring, and what Tony said so true. It's like in the plane when you want, like the masks drop, you've got to take the mask and put it on you first before giving it to someone else. But so caring about yourself is literally caring about the people around you. And if you don't take time for that, all the moms, dads that don't have a practice, that don't have a passion, that don't have something like this, or frustrated or tired, they don't come and work their energy, they're not patient. So really going to their practice, practicing yoga, finding a calm, finding a Zen state, going to work out, releasing whatever it could be, like frustration or anger or anything.
Of course.
They're a better husband or a better wife or a better dad.
It leads to better beliefs.
Can I say something to you guys? I respectfully disagree.
Really?
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Everything you said is adding to everything that you're doing. I agree with the workout. I agree with the walks. But you're taking away something that somebody loves because you don't love it. I may love gardening. I may love pruning trees.
I'm not taking that
I may
away.
love doing the grass. I may
How am I
love going
taking it
for
away?
walks. You know what it does for me? Somebody like
How
me?
am I taking it away?
Because you're saying that cutting grass is shit. It's
I
not
never
good.
said. Did I? Can you
You
rewind
didn't-
that?
No,
I never
you
said it
didn't
was
say-
shit.
You didn't say
I
shit.
said it's
Let me
not
take it
an
back.
active
You
exercise.
said it's not active.
No, I said it's not an active exercise. It connects to you.
I'm disagreeing with you.
Well,
It isn't because when I cut grass or
Yeah.
when I prune a tree
Yeah.
or when I'm doing some gardening, that is my
Therapy?
go-to therapy where
Okay.
it makes me. I think about everything. I think about my friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think about what to do next. I think about my grandkids, my son, my
Why
business.
don't you think about getting in better
and
shape?
by the way, this is
then?
not 15
Why don't you
minutes.
think about getting
and I'm
better
also
shape or
talking
doing
about
something
swimming
for yourself?
Like I went swimming 5 times last week.
What?
Yeah, that's
Really?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
5 times.
Maybe that's why you feel a
I
little
have
better
friends
about
who
yourself.
invite me in their pools, by the way.
Okay, Gino, we're
You know,
not
he has
saying
a pool.
training.
That's
We're not
just the
talking
point.
about training water. I think you're
I'm
missing the boat.
talking about people define what you're saying about
Gino, you have to
working
be
out
active and
differently.
be consistent.
Being
You got-
active
okay.
is gardening, is doing grass,
Gino,
is going for
Gino,
walks.
You want me to tell you something?
You don't agree?
Stick to what you do. I'm in the business. You
I'm in the business too.
No, you're not. You're
Yes,
not,
I
you're
am.
not in the health and fitness. You know jack
I
shit
don't-
about
I
the
don't have
body.
to be in the health and
okay?
fitness.
You need to
I'm
get.
talking about
Gino,
myself as
as
a
you get
human
older,
being.
you need strength. You need balance. You need stronger tissues. You need to have good muscular stability. You need to have good endurance. You don't get that by doing that stuff. Okay? You have to get that by going in a gym and working out properly to build your tissues around your joints, so you'll be able to absorb more force. So you have less chance of injury. I'm going to go on and on. I'm not going to.
I'm not disagreeing with the exercise.
So what point are you trying to make?
I'm trying to tell you that being. Hold on a sec. You said that being active is working out. I'm
No,
saying that is
I
a
said
part of it.
No, that's not what I said.
But there's a lot of things about being. Yeah, please. Let's let our guest speak
think-
about being active.
Go ahead, shake your head.
No,
Yeah,
but I'm
let's
not-
talk about being active.
I don't
please.
want to talk about being active. What I want to talk about is you choose those practices because they bring you good in an emotional way,
Thank you,
in
state.
a calming way, in your state.
Exactly.
And it's a kind of form of meditation. So yes, it's active if you're like picking
It's good.
things up.
Nothing wrong with
It's
it.
really good too. Maybe that is your choice of release that you need to be able to be
Stress
caring
release.
more
Yeah.
about your family. And Tony is saying that there's also other ways. And I'm saying there's also yoga and there's also meditation. There's so many practices, but we just need to come back to whatever our practice
There's the
is.
physical, the
Well
spirit.
said.
Listen, there's the physical, the spiritual, and the mindfulness. Okay.
Exactly.
No offense, but cutting grass, yeah, makes you feel good. That's your therapy. Or getting on your tractor and saying, "Hey, I'm doing something." I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that you need the three, the balance, and one goes with the other. But most important, as you age, which you are aging, okay, you need strength
We're
and
all
balance.
aging.
I know you are, but most elderly people that I've talked to and worked with, it's their balance and their strength. And no offense, but getting on a tractor, cutting grass is not going to do that. But getting in the weight room and resisting force and generating power is going to help you to do that.
I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying in addition to that, part of being active is also, doing gardening, growing vegetables,
Okay,
or cutting grass, or going for walks, or just thinking. Like meditation,
So
you can
walk.
sit back with
So
your legs
walk.
crossed.
So walking is good.
I'm saying.
So walk.
When I go for a walk around the block, there's
Which is
so
never.
much that comes. Yeah. There's so much that you think about.
Yeah,
You have
try it
I can't
sometime.
explain it.
Try
to you.
it sometimes.
The
And
thoughts that come in your mind.
Try it
when
sometimes.
you're going for just a walk by yourself.
Yeah.
No one else.
This is this
it
guy.
really is good.
You're great on giving advice, but you don't do it. Try it sometime. It feels good. Yeah. Try your breathing.
Well, that's one thing I should practice. Definitely my breathing. I love that. So
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
should
try
practice.
that.
You should practice some of the
Can you
stuff
teach
preach.
me that?
Joe, what is your practices?
Wow.
I have no practices.
I mean, you have no practice.
You like cutting grass, Joe. Why don't you tell everybody?
Yeah, I got on my tractor.
No, but how do
But
you
he
feel
feels
about
good.
cutting?
He feels good.
Yes,
That's
he
my
tells me
serenity
he
for
loves
me.
That's
it.
right. But he doesn't
That's
put
my
in his
serenity, is my
mind,
tractor.
hey, I did my exercise. He tells me so many times. That's his serenity. His mind on that specific
That's my
one. But it's
meditation.
it's
That's
not
my point. That's all I was trying to say. In addition to your working out,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't exercise, because I agree with you. Especially as you get older, your balance is key. And without exercise, you won't get that. But going for a walk, cutting grass, doing gardening, or just anything at all that you can
People
do by
read
yourself.
books for serenity.
And being active,
Oui.
reading a book is being active. Like
Emotionally.
emotionally. Okay, Cheeto, but I think we're missing the point here. We spend a lot of time on this topic.
Yeah.
Mind, body, spirit. You need to work out. You need to work resistance exercise. You need to endurance. You need to balance. You need to meditate. We all know that stuff. But physically, you need to resist force.
Yeah.
You need to produce force, whether it's with a weight or lifting up rocks every day and doing squats, whatever the case may be. But again, doing your little chores that you think is exercise is not really exercise.
Well,
That's
if
all
it's
it is.
physical, why not?
Yeah, but it's not consistent.
But
Because
if it's
like-
every day, it's
well,
and
okay,
it's
so
physical.
if he does it every day, then that might be a different story.
I don't know, I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah, if it's every day and it's consistent, he targets those muscle groups.
Because
then
you look at your dad, you look at my
Yeah.
dad, you look at the old generation that worked with their hands.
they
Was
were
physical work every day.
right. That was relatively good
I
strength.
think that guy wanted to go to the gym at night.
No, but here's the difference with that guy is that, and it's funny because I'll use a different. See those guys that come and deliver your fridge in your house? You see these guys, they come in and there's like two guys are like, holy shit, I work out every day. I couldn't do that. But he couldn't do a power clean 10 times because his heart rate would shoot up. It's a different kind of strength. So that relative strength that our parents had, working every day, grinding at the friggin' whatever labor
they lived
have.
to 80, 79, 80,
yes,
85.
Yes, that was great. And
That's
you
physical work
yes,
every day.
you need something of that because that person, they came in with that physical work in the gym would be twice as strong and vice versa. See, so like,
But he's not going to want to come to the gym.
but that you need
He's
those
on that
there's
fucking
different
pick
kinds
and
of
shovel
strength.
all
There's
day long.
absolute strength, relative strength. That's what I'm saying is that our body is a temple.
Our
It's-
body needs physical activity,
It
regardless
does.
what it is.
Yes.
Every day.
Yeah. And mentally you need to get through thresholds because again, whether it's a yoga class, whether it's a weight class, a HIIT class, whatever the case may be, it's all the dopamine that you're releasing. They've done so many case studies on this on people that suffer from mental health. And they say one of the biggest thing is their dopamine level is very low in their brain. So what they do is they give them more dopamine, but exercise uplifts that itself. So, I mean, there's all sorts of studies out there that you
Okay,
can
but
research.
these studies, how come they're not put in practice?
They are.
They are.
Yeah,
Did you see the world out there?
No, but some
More
people do
fucking
it.
crazy people
Some
than
people are
normal
going to
people.
exercise. Some people are turning to that. There was a study out of I think Chicago,
There's
Illinois.
too many
where
studies, buddy.
It's been
Too
proven.
many studies.
Exercise is now the new medicine.
That's fine.
To people.
Look how many crazy people there are there.
because they don't exercise.
I
Put
think
them to work.
there are three things you need in life. You know what they are?
Tell us, Gino.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Thanks
Tell us, Gino.
thanks for asking.
Tell us.
Sleep well,
Yeah.
eating well,
Yeah.
and this you're gonna love, lifting weights.
Yeah.
These are the main things you
what
need.
podcast did you hear of that of, and what doctor told you that? I'm just asking you because
I have doctors, Tony.
You guys always
Just like-
forget the key ingredients to mental wellness.
what is it?
Nobody's talking about sex here.
Natasha.
Go ahead.
Your eyes lit
How
up
important?
on that.
How
I
important?
knew you were going
It
to
is
say
so
that.
important
Yeah.
because it takes care of all that problem.
And
the
releases a lot of
uplifting,
tension. Yeah,
a lot of
you're
that
right.
fucking chakra screaming
No.
is going to be done.
Chakras.
Well, whatever the fuck.
You know about the
call it.
chakras, right?
Natasha,
I'm not
tell us
pro.
about that. Come on, you're pretty open
About
that.
sex?
No, about how it releases tension and stuff.
It does.
The sex, you mean?
It
Well,
does.
of course, it releases
It,
tension.
you lose
But-
weight. It burns calories. It fucking brings your dopamines. Your fucking. It brings everything. It uplifts.
I guess I'm the only one in this group that doesn't have sex. That's why I'm a little bit overweight.
Well, look at Lucas. Fuck, he's stuck in that basement doing video games. You know, you got to really get out there, buddy.
Yeah, you do. So you're not going to comment on the sex part?
No, not really.
Why?
I agree it's part of life and that we need it, and it does release energy that's caught up,
It's caught up.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a pro on telling you what you need to do or anything
You're
like
not
that. I don't have any
you're not a sex
techniques.
therapist?
I'm not going
That's
to go
what we're
into
gonna get, is a
that
sex
on
therapist.
this
Should
today.
put one on.
We'll get.
Maybe they can.
Comment below if you want a sex therapist on our podcast.
Yeah.
We will definitely find.
And Lucas, don't forget to comment below if you need one. We'll pay for it.
So Natasha, so we're gonna. It's some people know yoga and they'll come to yoga class. Some people don't know yoga. Some people think yoga is hard because you need flexibility. Like a guy like, I want you to speak to a guy like Joe. How would you get him into your class?
Well,
I want you to speak to Joe and see if you can get him into your class. What would you say to him?
First of all, I wanted to talk about that, so that's good because earlier you were like telling him that he was stiff,
Yeah.
Gino, that he was stiff. But it has nothing to do because you're not going there because nobody's looking at each other in yoga. Nobody cares what the guy on the mat next to you is
Joe
doing.
wants an ashtray and smoke in your class. Is he allowed to do that?
That no,
Okay,
because it's
sorry,
going to
Joe.
hurt other people or affect other people, right? And they won't be able to have their own
Why
practice.
you
So
make me
that's.
look out like I'm a buffoon or
But
something.
I could do a private class, and if you want to smoke through it, you can do whatever you want. But what
Go
I'm
ahead, Natasha.
saying is, you have to go into it like it's not you're not competing against anybody else. You're not competing against yourself. You don't care how deep you go into your postures. You really do not care. You're not there to look good. You're not there to wear your Lululemon pants. Not that I don't like them. They're beautiful. But what I'm saying is yoga is nothing to do with looking good to other people or to yourself.
Until you
It's
get a guy
just-
like Tony Greco in your class that's correcting his postures, right?
No, he didn't.
No, I think you're right. You know what? I have to back her up on this. The yoga practice itself, it makes you calm. Because the thing is, we're always outgoing. We laugh. This is,
I agree.
we laugh at each other. And I mean, we call ourselves out at this on this podcast. It's cool, right? We let go, but it's crazy because it's like brain food. Because you.
So why don't we do it? Why don't we do it?
We're gonna do
What,
it.
the
We're gonna do
yoga?
it.
Now?
Why don't we
Let's
go
do it.
once a week?
Let's
We
move
will.
the table.
So-
No, we're not doing
we're
nothing
gonna
now.
start off.
We don't wanna get Lucas excited
But you know
here.
what, Joe? As you keep
Fucking
doing
troll.
it does calm you down, and that's why yoga people are very like they're very soft because that's all they know. Like they see the calming, and it makes you a better person. Like especially if we're because we're outgoing.
I think we should do it.
You should definitely do it for sure.
Absolutely.
I'll
Why
do it
not?
with you.
Absolutely.
Why don't we
Jose.
go into a yoga class with Joe, one of the hot yogas?
Yes, why don't we
Why don't
do
we do it?
that?
Why don't we
Here.
sign up and encourage her business?
I agree.
How much is it every month?
It's 109 every month.
That's cheap.
You can go as many times you want. You can go
Wow.
twice a day. I know.
I'll be there Tuesdays because now I'm working with the Gatton Olympics. I'm going to take her noon class.
Of course.
You guys are there. Seriously, didn't I talk about that?
Yeah,
that's a good
it's
Because
idea.
I'm
true.
there. I'm there anyways, right?
So why don't we do that every Tuesday at what time, sir?
Well, you give us the dates and we'll be there.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. But
So-
the fact is, you don't need to be good at yoga. You don't even want to
It's
like
such a
think
relax-
about
it's
that.
really
She
good.
makes it like
It's
she's
so
so
relaxing.
flexible. Can you
And she's actually really good.
can you put your leg over your head from that position? Come on, man, do it, do it.
I'm like,
because this podcast goes on YouTube.
Yes,
Look at
I
this.
can.
That's insane. You should see her in the class. It's actually
She's
like
an elastic band.
I know you see her in class. That's the only thing that's.
But you don't
frustrating as
need
a good
to be
instructor.
like this. I'm like this from dancing, and you do not need anywhere near to be flexible. You
All my
don't need
women
to be
become like that.
flexible. You're there to get your muscles to stretch, even if it's a millimeter.
And I got-
just to be able to relax more.
Okay,
And-
so having said that, you've done enough yoga classes. Tell everyone how stiff and how bad people are, like when you're in your classes.
But I mean, I have people from different ages. I have elderly people that come in. I have people that are overweight. I have people that have disabilities. I have people that have
so how long
arthritis.
did it take them to get into like where they're like moving, they can tie their shoes better, and don't use it as a business.
Yes.
Don't sell the business. Just be honest here.
I promise. So there's this lady that contacted me to do a private class. I went to her house and did it. She was a little bit overweight. She couldn't get up from like sitting down. She couldn't get up. And she started practicing with me, then started practicing at the studio every day. And it's completely changed everything. She can get straight up. Her husband's amazed. Everything that she does going down the stairs is like picking things up from the floor. She's completely mind blown. And it's been, I'd say, about 6 months. And the change in her life, in her mood and everything is completely different. But just like being able to get up, you know, when you can't even get up and you've got to like, it's frustrating. Yeah. She thought that was it for her.
Gino, you should. All right. Anything else about yoga? We got about 2 minutes left before we say our goodbyes. Joe, do you want to?
No, it was fantastic. I mean, it's great. So we
Natasha?
should join this class.
Yes. Do you have anything else to say to our?
Would you actually do it, Joe?
Absolutely.
Really? That's it. No, honestly, let's do it.
Our good listener, right there. You're in front of the class right now. There's our class looking at you. What do you tell our good listener?
I'm like, just do yourself the favor to try it. Do yourself the favor to try it. Like even a month, we have like an intro month. Just go and let yourself feel it. Let yourself live it. Breathe through it and say. Then after that, you can say, I like it. I don't like it. But give yourself that little favor.
How do people connect with you?
It's Studio Yoga Tribe in Gatineau. It's Soul to Soul Events on Facebook. And it's Natasha Garganciel on all my social media.
Is Luca allowed to go, Joe?
Absolutely. I'll pay for his courses.
Gino,
Get him out of the box.
some wise words.
Oh, why didn't you speak about the box?
So the
the
podcast is, we don't have a link or anything, but maybe we'll come back with Sasha.
Okay.
You'll love her.
All right.
And we'll be able to talk about the podcast.
Okay. Gino, some wise words.
Very informative. Thank you very much, Natasha. That was very informative and interesting. Looking forward to joining your yoga class and doing a little bit of mental
Like a fucking
breakthrough.
judge.
There you go.
Hit the gavel.
It'll be a pleasure.
Joe, some.
It's good. I'm good.
You like it?
Loved it. It was great.
All right. So on that note, we'll take a leave to our good listeners. Thank you for listening to Flex and Facts. That was really good. And you know what? We have fun here, guys. So, you know, what you see is what you get. And that's really what it's all about.
Just tell the people to comment. and
Oh,
send
yes.
some-
Yes. So comment if you want to comment a little bit more on Joe since he's on a roll here. Feel free. He loves
Lucas,
comments.
welcome to comment anytime.
Yes.
No worries.
And we'll
It's all
take
good.
our lead.
Absolutely.
Flex
It's all
and
good.
Facts. Flex for Luca here.
Yeah.
Say.